Hey everyone, welcome back to Sean's Journey to Hunt. I am Sean, and today we're going to get into episode 2. We are calling it Choose Your Character. Why are we calling it Choose Your Character? Because today we're going to show you how you're going to choose the animal that you're going to go hunt. So, with that being said, this episode we're going to break down type of animal you want to hunt, your tags, finding places to hunt. I am going to be going into how to choose your firearm for the hunt in the next video. And as you can guess, it's probably going to be called Choose Your Weapon. So let's get into it. Type of animal you want to hunt. Choosing an animal can be difficult. It depends on a lot of factors. Where you're at, how far you're willing to drive, how far you're willing to carry that animal once you kill it, and then also getting tags. We're going to cover getting tags in another portion of the video. I recommend for new hunters, and yes, I know that's kind of weird saying because I am a new hunter. I would recommend birds. It's cheaper, it's easier. Most people already got a shotgun. And if you don't, shotguns are usually a lot cheaper than rifles, especially if you're buying them used and from a pawn shop. But again, we're going to get into that into the next video. But if you're hard pressed on starting with big game, I recommend deer. There's more tags than any other animal generally. And they're easier to hunt because more people hunt deer, which means you're going to have a lot more people that you can find that know how to hunt them and that you can go hunting with. There's pros and cons to choosing the animal that you're going to go hunt. And part of that is deer. Pros, there are a ton of tags. Like I said, there's more tags than just about any other animal for big game. Cons, you're not going to get a lot, or you're going to get a good amount of meat, but it's one of the smaller game animals that you can go hunt. So if you're looking at deer, elk, moose, all of those, deer are the smallest one. And if let's say you want to go for elk, pros, big animal, which means there's a lot of meat. Cons, there's not a lot of tags for them, at least where I'm at. And again, this is kind of butting up against the pro side. They're a big animal, so you're going to have to carry that once you get it down. So stuff like that you got to look at. Bear, pros, big animal, a lot of meat. The fur you can use for a ton of different things, anything from a rug to a blanket. But cons, since they are a carnivorous animal, there is a possibility that it has a parasite called trichinosis, which is a worm, and trichinosis can be very, very deadly. Now, you can treat trichinosis, but I would say steer clear of it. You can cook it out of the meat. Well, not cook it out, but you can cook the meat until all the trichinosis is dead. The ways I've heard of doing it is you're pretty much going to treat that piece of bear meat like either a ham, where you're going to put it together, put it in a smokehouse, and smoke that thing until for like 12 to 24 hours. Even I've heard of guys doing it for like 36 hours to a week. But that's going to be in a later episode. We're going to go more into smoking and stuff like that in a later episode, where I'm going to teach you how to cook if you don't know how to cook. I love to cook, which is why I'm doing hunting, is to give myself another challenge for cooking. So let's get rid of this hat. Another pros and cons to look at is how much the tags are and how much the gear is. If you got a ton of money, you don't have to worry about all this stuff because you can go out and buy a brand new razor or side by side whatever to be able to get to the areas where you're going to pull that animal out. If you are like me and do not have a ton of disposable income, deer tags are going to be a lot cheaper. Elk tags are going to be a lot more expensive. They're harder to get. Out here in Nevada, we do a draw. And so to put in for the draw for a deer, it's like $10 or $20. Elk, it's $20. And that's just to put in for the lottery. If you get the tag, it's $120 for an elk. It's $30 for a deer. This year I got a deer tag and a mountain lion tag. I'm going to try the mountain lion meat. For some people that's like, oh my God, don't do it. No, you don't eat carnivorous animals. I want to try it, but mostly it's going to be food for my dog. And so there's things like that too. Another reason why I'm doing the mountain lion hunt is it's a predation hunt, which means I'm going after a predator that is affecting livestock and stuff like that out in rural Nevada. So now we're going to go on to tags, even though we already kind of jumped into it. We're really going to hit it this point. Different states do tags different ways. Out here in Nevada, we do a lottery draw. What a lottery draw is exactly what it sounds like. You go in, you say, hey, I want to hunt this animal in this area, and they let you put down 5 areas that you can hunt, and you're like, that's what I want to go for. You pay your $10, $20, $40, whatever it is for that animal, and you got to wait. You got to wait and find out. Sometimes you get the place that you want to hunt. Sometimes you get the place you kind of don't want to hunt, but it's still, hey, that was my last choice, and it's still an area I kind of want to hunt. I got lucky. This year, I got the area I want to hunt in the time frame I want to hunt. So that was really lucky. Other states, I think my buddy told me out in Arkansas, you just go up to any sports counter or even a gas station, and you can buy a tag for a deer for $20. And I was like, damn, I might just move to Arkansas. And you can hunt anywhere for the entire deer season is what he said. But another thing we get into is prices for resident hunters versus non-resident hunters. Usually residents are going to pay a lot less. Non-residents are going to pay about 10 times more for that tag. So out here, $120 for an elk tag. For a resident, if you're an out-of-state resident, it's about $1,200. That's just the way it is. I don't know what else to say about that, but you can choose to go hunt a different state. That's awesome. And going into our next thing is finding places to hunt. This can get a little difficult, but with technology, it's made it super simple. If you have a smartphone, which most people have a smartphone now, there are apps like OnX, and that's the app I use. I'm not sponsored by them. I've used them I used them last year. I'm going to use them again this year because they're showing me trails. They're showing me guzzlers. For those of you who don't know what a guzzler is, it's pretty much a tank of water, catches rainwater, lets the birds drink, lets all the small animals drink, even some of the bigger animals drink out of it. And it's just a way to keep water in the area for the animals. It shows me where guzzlers are at, and it shows me BLM property lines, National Forest property lines, private property lines. It shows me who owns that piece of property and how big that piece of property is, so I can, if I want to, I can get in contact with that owner and say, hey, my name is Sean. I see that you own this property right here. It's in an area that I'm already going to be hunting. I am wondering if it's okay if I come on and hunt part of your land. Some landowners are really cool about it. Other landowners are not. And they will respond to you. You can get one of two responses, yes or no. Now, depending on how nice that yes or no is, depends on the landowner. If they say yes, get it down in writing. Go see them right before your hunt. Go out there and just be like, knock on their door. Hey, I'm Sean. I just want to make sure everything is on the up and up, that it's okay that I hunt your land. I sent you this email. Would you mind just signing this piece of paper so that way if a game warden comes to me and says, hey, do you have permission to be on this land? I can pull out this piece of paper and say, hey, yes, I talked to so-and-so, Miss Betty Smith over here that owns this land, and she said I'm allowed to hunt on it. Here's this paper. I got her to sign it and date it. It's an added step on keeping yourself in the right. Maps are kind of good, and the reason I say that is they're not always up to date, especially with landowner information, property bounds and stuff like that. There's always resurveying going on, so property bounds can get kind of murky. But it will show you the general area of wild forest, like national forest land, state forest land, BLM land, and stuff like that. Another good thing is Department of Wildlife website. Go check them out. Not only are you going to find all that information I just gave you, but you're also going to find rules and regulations of that area. You got to look a little bit harder, but generally you will find that information on the website. And with that, we're going to conclude this episode. I want to say thank you for coming out and checking out this video. Please, if you enjoyed the video or you think it's an informative video, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. I am going to be posting a lot more. I'm sorry for the delay on videos. I have been sick and work's been insane. I've finally got some time off. So I want to thank you for checking out the video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.